Hi friends, today I'm going to show you around Universal Ren'Py Mod version 2.0. For the rest of the video I'm going to call it URM. It's important to know that at the time of this recording, December 2023, URM is still under active development, so there will be even more functionality in future releases. Let's get started. After you've just installed URM, you will be greeted with a welcome message. You can now open URM's main screen by pressing Alt-M. It might be good to know that URM is also compatible with touchscreen devices. When a touchscreen is detected, URM will show a small button on screen that can be dragged around and will open URM when pressed. Alternatively, URM can also be opened by drawing a U on screen by swiping down, right, up. Let us start with the first feature, the search option. Here you can search for variables, values and labels. Let's start with searching for some variables. At the top here, we see we have some money, but like always, we want more. In URM, we make sure we have selected the variable names search type and search for money. Now that we have found our money variable, let's change it. Here we have the confirmation that the value has changed. We also have tenant points here. Let's try to find that one based on its value. We first change the search type to values and then search for 319. Here we find our variable and can change it to something else. Now let us search for labels. Labels mostly refer to scenes. First, we have to make sure we've selected the correct search type. You will immediately see the label you're currently in. We are going to switch to wildcard search because we only want all labels that start with MP. We can now choose to either jump to the label or play it. You should only use the jump option if you know what you're doing, because by using this method, your game will resume at this label, and as a result you might be playing the game out of order. The play option is safe to use, because it will start the label in replay mode. This means that actions during this replay will not affect your game, and you can return back to where you left off by ending the replay. You can also remember variables, so you can use them later on. In this game, the character's affection is saved in variables ending with _AF. Let's remember the variables for Cassie and Gina. We can now find those variables under the Variables tab. The freeze option is there to freeze the variable's current value, so it cannot be changed by the game. The monitor option will show a notification at the top of the screen when the variable changes. We will get back at the watch option later in this video. We can now save the values we've found to use them later on or to share with others. When opening a file, the icons below the file name show what's inside the file. These icons correspond with the tabs on the left of the screen. Labels can be remembered in the same way as variables. URM also offers the option to rename any character and replace certain text. Here we see Megan asking Becky about her day. Let's roll back and rename Becky to Alice and change your day to your week. Under the text boxes option, we have the possibility to customize the dialog box at the bottom of the screen. Make sure to first enable this feature when you want to use it. You can add multiple customizations for characters. Right now, we're only going to make one customization for all characters. The name box can be enabled and disabled. The same goes for the side image at the bottom of this screen. We are going to center the name and make it a little bigger. We are also going to center the text, change the font, and make it a little bigger. Pressing the preview button will show all the changes we've made. We should not forget one of my personal favorites. That's to make the text box's background the same color as the character's name. And here we have our result. Next, we have the game saves option, which is a very handy option when you have to manage a lot of saves. Here we can, of course, save and load files, but also name them, copy them, move them, and delete them. At the right top, we can also quickly jump to a certain page. And next to the page name, we have a button to set a custom name for the page. Next, we're going to check out choice detection, which is a very powerful feature for choice-driven games. When a choice is detected, a notification will show up at the top of the screen. Pressing it will open a screen with more information. Here you can even see hidden choices and the condition under which they will be visible. It's also possible to check the code that will be executed after picking the choice. Using the select button, you can pick any choice you want. We have something similar for when a path is detected. Here, you can also choose to select a path that's currently not active. You should of course use this option with care, because playing a game out of order can mess up the game. Another option to keep track of what's happening is the watch panel. You can quickly enable it by pressing the button at the right top of URM or through the options at the left bottom. In this collapsible panel, you can see the current label, current visible choices, and the detected path. From inside the main screen, you can also add variables to this panel. Another powerful feature to find variables is by using the Snapshot feature. You can make multiple snapshots and compare them with each other, even across different saves. Here we are currently at the start of a scene and want to know what variables change during it. So we take a snapshot at the start, then we load a save that continues at the end of this scene. Now we can compare the variables from the start of the scene with the current variables. Here we can see, for example, that the variable JessieAF has increased and a new variable, JessieSmoothie, was set. The last thing I want to show you is the options. You can choose to set an option locally, which will only affect the current game. Or you can globally set a default for every game using URM. I'm not going to explain every option. There's a small question mark behind the options that will give you some additional explanation about the option. And for the people who don't like the default colours of URM, or just like to have a choice, there's also the option to change the theme. This is where I'm going to end the video. There are some features we didn't look at in this video. You can go check those out by yourself, and as mentioned at the start of this video, there will be even more features in the future. You can find a download link for URM in the video's description. I hope you appreciated this little tour, and I hope to see you again for the next video.